Welcome to the GoCast, episode number 44 audio, and the second video on YouTube for UFC. UFC 250, Felicia Spencer versus Amanda Nunes. Gonna be a good one, pay-per-view, Saturday night. Let's go start off real quick with recapping last week. Gilbert Burns versus Tyrone Woodley, okay? We told you Gilbert Burns underdog money against Tyrone. He's called the chosen one, but he was the frozen one. He didn't do shit. He just stood right against the cage like we said he was going to do. We said Gilbert Burns was going to put the pressure on him. Did. And with that small cage, bro, it's tough to hide and dick around. Gilbert Burns put the pressure, even dropped him in the first round, won all 5 rounds. Bro, Gilbert Burns all day. And we had some other ones that were awesome. We had a really good card, honestly. We had Augusto Sakai went through. Roosevelt Roberts got that quick KO. Casey Kenny came through for us. Brandon Raw Dog Royale is an underdog. Chukagian came through. Chris Gutierrez with the leg kick game. We told you he was going to leg kick his ass up. Boom. Daniel Rodriguez versus Gabriel Green. That was a little back and forth one. We took the plus 350. He was close in it the whole time. And Jamal Hill with that first round KO. We told you Jamal Hill. And the only one that was a little weird was that Spike Carlisle, Billy Quarantino, Alpha Ginger. I thought the Alpha Ginger did enough, but the way he fights, he goes for it. The knockout in the first round. We were 1 inside the distance away from getting that fucking 98-1. We had 3 pieces out of 4 out of the 98-1. Man, we were so fucking close. If Spike Carlisle would have just finished him in the first round, that would have been hot, right? Overall, we did really well. 8-3 on the night. We'll take that all day. Our lock hit. The sauce didn't come through, but then a couple of sprinkles did. We put 2 units on Gilbert Burns. And next week, guess his brother's up. Herbert Burns, his brother, Gilbert Burns' brother, is now fighting him this Saturday. This is fucking great. But he's not an underdog. Okay, let's go. UFC 250. I know you want that fire, so let's just jump right into it because we're only here for that fire picks. I know a bunch of my boys are listening and getting ready for it. I appreciate all y'all who are listening. Carboni Vinny DFS on Twitter, Picks Goat on Instagram, Picks Goat on Twitter, and our website, Picks Goat. Head up there, free 1-day trial. All you have to do is just put your email in. We make you money. Hit that sub. Hit that real membership. Appreciate all y'all guys. Hit that subscribe on this video if you like it. Let's get into UFC 250 picks. Let's just go Herbert Burns first against Evan Dunham. Gilbert Burns' his brother, okay? Herbert Burns, legit, obviously, black belt, coming from that Burns Jiu-Jitsu Brazilian camp against Evan Dunham, one of those big veterans who, shout out the Go Picture. I need to get a couple of my boys and some shirts out there. We're gonna buy a new set. Evan Dunham, okay, is a veteran of the game, 2 losses in a row. Nothing really stands out here except Herbert Burns is going to put him away. Minus 250, minus 280 is what the price is. It came down a little bit, actually, so a couple people putting sprinkles on Dunham. But we're going to take Herbert Burns at minus 235. And this week we're doing 4 lock lays. We're going to do our first lock lay because I have 8 favorites that I think can get the job done. You can trust this week. There's 12 fights. I think 8 of them you can count on for W's as favorites. So let's make 4 different 2 pieces of locks. Cover ourselves. And if you want to get fancy, you know what that ladder is. 1 through 8. Because that 8's going to hit and the 9, 10 maybe might hit too. Shout out last week. Our 1 through 6 hit or 1 through 7 hit. Could have been 1 through 9 if Spike Carlisle. So the ladder fucks y'all sometimes, but when the ladder comes through, you have a big night, big night. We're taking Burns here, and we're gonna put him as one of our lock lays with Cody Stamann against Brian Kelleher. Okay, this one is tough for me because I love Cody Stamann. He's the better prospect coming up. He's one of my guys that I rely on. This is so similar to that Hunter Azure a couple weeks ago against Brian Boom Kelleher, the same dude. They're rebooking him against another wrestler, and it's pretty much the same odds in the same situation. Rinse and repeat the takedowns. Do not get knocked out. Do not get caught in Brian Kelleher's fucking guillotine. Can Stamann avoid it? Hunter Azura was winning the first round, winning the second round, got caught with the knockout, lost the lock play of the week. It's the right play to put Cody Stamann in your locks because he's going to rinse and repeat the touchdowns. He's the better fighter. He's the better prospect coming up. But Kelleher has the knockout power, so you can't get too crazy on this. This will be number 4 on the lock lay. We're gonna put Cody Stamann because he should win. You know, I can't get dissuaded because the fluky KO happens and it kills me. I have to stick to shout out my boy Joel Embiid. TTP, trust the process. Trust the process, baby. Okay. So Cody Stamann minus 265, Herbert Burns minus 235. You put those together and you get a nice little minus 104. Pretty much even money. Next one. Love this fight coming up. Love this fight. Chase Hooper versus Alex Cazares. Okay. Chase Hooper his nickname was the Teenage Dream. Now he's 20 years old. Now he can't be the Teenage Dream no more. But he's a fucking stud. 13-0, man. Counting his amateur in exhibition. This kid is legitimate. White, skinny, afro, eats M&Ms because he can't drink. This guy is legit, okay? Know what? You look at him, you're like, that guy's an MMA fighter? That guy will choke your ass out in 30 seconds. If you're just even, like, know what you're doing. Me, it took me out in 10 seconds. Chase Hooper is a beast, okay? And Alex Cazares is the perfect set. Okay, people saying Alex Cazares has a chance against Alex Hooper is hilarious, guys. Cazares might have better stand-up. Okay, cool. He also has 13 losses and 7 submission losses. They are feeding Alex Cazares to Chase Hooper to promote Chase Hooper on the pay-per-view. Sometimes it's about that narrative, guys. Do you think these matchups, they sit in the matchup room and they're like, oh, let's just put this guy and this guy. All right, that's a good one. No. They see their prospects and they want to build those motherfuckers against guys who are cool. Alex Cazares has that afro. He's got that cool striking karate style. Guess what happened last time they set him up against a prospect? They put him against fucking Hoist Gracie's fucking son. Guess what happened? Submitted his ass real fast. Chase Hooper will submit Alex Cazares. He will finish him, especially in the short octagon. Shout out my boy Aiden on Twitter. I'm going to get you on the podcast one soon. Chase Hooper by KO is plus 650. Okay, he's most likely going to submit this guy. But what if he has him on the ground, he's trying to get the submission, the guy's defending, and the ref's right there, and he just starts unloading a little bit of weak little punches. They don't have to be hard, but if the guy can't defend himself, the ref's right there, he gonna stop the fight, and that plus 650 is gonna hit, that plus 550 is gonna hit, okay? So, that might be a little sprinkle. Chase Hooper by KO. Everyone's like, sub? Yeah, sub, but plus 650, that scenario could fucking happen. Anyways, Chase Hooper at minus 185 is beautiful price. Started at minus 135. All the sharps are coming in. They're like, no. Hooper. Chase Hooper all day. And we're going to put him with this next fight. These are my 2 favorite fights back to back. Cody, Aljamain Sterling against Corey the Sandman Sandhagen. Love this dude. Love his nickname. Love everything about him. Prospect, long, lanky, has nice striking, and also has legit jiu-jitsu, has wrestling, has the abilities to scramble. Aljamain Sterling is getting a lot of hype, I'm seeing. He has 4 wins in a row. He's up there, and this will be the most high-level fight you see on the card. I promise you that. It's not the co-main event. It's not the main event. This fight, Corey Sandhagen versus Aljamain Sterling, will be the most high-level prospect versus prospect. Lots of scrambles. This will go to decision. Corey Sandhagen could finish. This is going to be one of those fights where they show who is the true number 1 contender to be the champion. Aljamain Sterling has their chance. I saw a quote that he actually said in his UFC Embedded. anyone in the top 5 at any day can be the champion. I agree with that statement. You could be the champion. This ain't the matchup for you, baby boy. Corey Sandhagen's going to take care of the business on the striking. Going to take care of the business on the scrambling. If you want to test your grappling against Corey Sandhagen, that might be a mistake because he might choke your ass out. Sandhagen, 7 wins in a row. From Colorado, 28 years old. Corey the Sandman Sandhagen. This is one of my favorite locks in my favorite lock of the week. Corey the Sandman Sandhagen, minus 110 versus Chase Hooper, minus 185. Put them together. That's your second best lock of the week combo. But my 2 favorite fights of the card. These guys are going to get it done. They're big prospects. And remember those 2 names, guys. You never heard of them, but Chase Hooper and Corey the Sandman Sandhagen. You're going to remember those after the UFC 250. I promise you fucking that. That's a Go Pigs fucking promise right there. Let's move on because we're just continuing to give out fire because Sean Sugar Show O'Malley. Okay, been telling you about these guys. Remember when the Dana Fight Contender Series happened? Snoop Dogg was commentating. He saw Sean O'Malley's KO in person. He said, "Sean O'Malley, 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 O'Malley." Minus 500 with the purple Tekashi 6ix9ine haircut. I don't care. Minus 500 will get the KO. Maybe actually get a sub. Maybe we'll get a sub. That's our lock of the week. Minus 500 Sean O'Malley. Put him up against Eddie Wineland, an old veteran. We'll knock him out. We'll finish him. Anybody betting against Sean O'Malley, I can't even just tell you why you're wrong because O'Malley's going to get it done. Just go Picks. Come on. Better striker, long, lanky. Just go watch some of Sean O'Malley's fights and you will be impressed. Fighting an old 35-year-old Eddie Wineland, got 10 years on him. 13 wins in a row, 16-1. Sean O'Malley will win. And hopefully this line does not get out of control. It's still minus 500. You can still put him with my next one, Alonzo Menefield against Devin Clark. Seeing a little bit of Devin Clark hype here, that's a mistake. Alonzo Menefield is the better fighter, better wrestler. I'll give Devin Clark the path to victory. Could be rinse and repeat some takedowns. But Menefield has the takedown defense, man. You guys are forgetting this. He's been trying to take this fool down. You know what he does? He stops the takedown and he knocks your ass out. This guy is ripped. He looks like a fucking NFL linebacker. Got the mohawk going on with the... Alonzo Menefield, a stud. He will put out Devin Clark's lights and he will finish him. Anybody betting Devin Clark, that's a mistake. Alonzo Menefield. Put him up minus 205 with Sean O'Malley minus 500. Get it down to minus 120. Another basically even fucking parlay. I didn't give you the odds for that Chase Hooper Sandhagen one. Plus 190 on those two. Plus 190 on the Chase Hooper Corey Sandhagen parlay. Put them together. Plus 190. Cody Stamann, Herbert Burns. Minus 104. And then Sean O'Malley, Alonzo Menefield, minus 121. Let's keep it moving because we're going to go to our last lock play of the week. It's going to be Alex Perez versus UCA Formiga. Okay. This one's a great one because I love Alex Perez. He's one of my best prospects coming up. Flyweight stud, has submission skills, has striking skills. Just beat... A former top 5 stud to get his ranking up there. Now he's fighting another guy who's always top 5, always top 10. Juicy Formiga. Juicy the backpack. That's all he does. Sticks you in the back. Doesn't submit you. Just holds your fucking back. Alex Perez will not let that happen because he will bust your ass up. And if you try to scramble on him, Alex Perez will choke you out with an anaconda. That is Alex Perez's favorite choke, the anaconda choke. Trust. Love it. Quick story about Alex Perez. His debut fight, I was trying to get some information on this guy, and I know he was local. He's a local boy from SoCal. DMing his sister, like, slid in the DMs, asking, how's your boy? How's your brother? How's he doing? And she was talking me back, telling me he's ready to go. He's ready to go. 4 fights later, 5 fights in UFC career, my boy's on the fucking UFC pay-per-view. I don't know. You find those prospects. I've been telling you guys that. Find those prospects and you ride those fucking cash cows all the way to title shots. He's top 5 now. He could be a title challenger. I mean, I wouldn't say he's a future champion, but I could see he's top 5 going forward for sure. Put him up with the he's actually minus 130, so it's a good price on Alex Perez. Put him with Cody, no love, no chin, Garbrandt. Okay, this one's a tough one because he's got 3 losses in a row, 2 bad KOs in a row. He is the better fighter here against Rafael Assunção, who has more experience, the Brazilian guy. But this fight sets up to where Cody Garbrandt can renew. He's the hype job. He's the guy who fucking beat Dominic Cruz and styled on him. He did the worm and he knocked it. And they did all those cool things. And they were hyping him up. He had it. He was the champion. Lost it against TJ Dillashaw. They gave him a rematch. Lost it again. Then they put him up against Pedro Munoz. Actually rocked Pedro Munoz, going for the kill. And then he gets rocked again because he was getting too wild. I'm hoping that he's finally realized from his mistakes. 3 KOs, no chin, but he grew a beard. Maybe that will block your chin so like they don't know exactly where that point is. He's the better fighter here, guys. Do not fade Cody. No love. Do not fade him because of his past. You have to realize the matchup and the fighter. Assunção will maybe put a little pressure, but he's going to be one of those guys who back up against the cage and look for counter shots. Cody Garbrandt can take the center of the cage, get in front, use his striking. He could put out Assunção, man, here. I like Cody Garbrandt a lot to bounce back. Minus 150. Put him with Alex Perez. That's another plus 190. So you got a plus 190, a plus 190 with Hooper and Sandhagen, a minus 105 with Stamann and Burns, and a minus 500 with Meerschaert and OMalley to a minus 121. Beautiful lock plays of the week. Those are 8 guys, 8 favorites that I feel that can take care of business as favorites on this card. If all 8 take care of business, you hit all 4, you hit your ladder. You know what's happening at that point. You're tagging goat picks. That's what you're doing. Now let's move on to some dogs. There's 4 dogs I feel that have a chance on this card. Let's go to the sauce play of the week. Okay, Anthony Rocco Martin. His name's Anthony, but it's a funny story. His mom wanted to call him Rocco, but he thought that he might get too many fights with the name Rocco. Well, you're in the UFC now. Take that fucking name. Now your name's Rocco Martin, okay? He's fighting Neil Magny. Everybody faded Neil Magny last time, but and thought Zhiling Lang was the best thing ever. Zhiling Lang is just some Asian guy who has a great chin and some striking, optimistic KOs. Neil Magny is a top 10 guy. Anthony Rocco Martin is a top 10 guy and will control the cage here and look for leg kicks to have a damage in this fight, okay? Not specifically just leg kicks, but those calf kicks, man. I'm telling you about those calf kicks. They're doing work in the MMA experience right now, man. Chris Gutierrez just fucking destroyed that kid's leg within a couple kicks. It took maybe 3 kicks and you knew what was gonna happen. Okay, you knew, because at that point he was already backing up, his leg was already swelling. Rocco Martin's gonna keep the pressure on here. I feel he will control the cage, keep the pressure, and keep the leg kicks. Keep Magny on the outside, and if he wants to wrestle, he can wrestle. And I think the underdog will come through here at plus 115. Next fight. This one's a good one. Charles Berg versus Maki Coconut Bombs Pitolo. Okay, from Hawaii. Coconut Bombs. What a nickname, bro. He just throws fucking coconut bombs. He throws them at your ass and you fucking knock out. I went all in on this dude. Okay, so I bet him in this contender fight. Took care of business for me. And I'm like, okay, waiting for his debut. Comes in the debut against fucking Callan Potter, and I'm like, okay, you got this, bro. Gets him against the cage. Unloading. About to get the KO. Doesn't. You know what happens when they fucking blow their load in the first round? They gas like a motherfucker, and he ended up losing a decision to Callan Potter. I don't feel that will happen here because Charles Berg probably is the better fighter, but his chin has issues. He has 2 KO losses, 36 years old. Charles Berg is not a prospect, guys. I know you think he's a prospect. He's a journeyman. He's one of those journeymans who's 10-6 in his MMA career. Everyone's getting him a lot of hype. I was on that Charles Berg train, but he really doesn't do that many things that good. He's just like an average fighter, gets knocked out. This is a tough one here because Charles Berg probably should win this fight, but probably doesn't always get the job done. Okay, and with a plus 175 that I can get striking advantage on and I can get power advantage on, I'm taking Maki Coconut Bombs Pitilola at plus 150 right now. Was 170. A little bit of money coming in on Maki. Plus 150. Put him with Rocco Martin plus 115. Sauce play 438. Plus 4038. It's a plus 400, guys. We haven't hit a sauce yet, but we've been hitting the sprinkles. We've been to half of the sauce. Our lock's our best one. We're 3-1 on touting locks. 0-4 on touting sauces. But when the sauce hits, man, it's plus 400. Okay, cool. You were 0-4. Now you hit a plus 400. Now you're even. The sauce, it's saucy, man. Do I need to get that fucking YouTube or with that guy telling you, explaining about the Simply Lemonade and then the barbecue sauce? One day I'll put that on the podcast. Let's move on to 2 more dogs that have a chance here. GM3 Gerald Meerschaert versus Ian Heinisch. This is a great fight, and this is a weird one because before I went to work a couple of hours ago, this fight was canceled because one of Ian Heinisch's members, fucking cage team guys, tested positive for corona. I come back from work and the fight's back on. Maybe it was a negative test, bad test. I don't fucking know. That's a little sketchy, but I was taking Gerald Meerschaert, the underdog, to start at plus 105, even money, plus 110. Ian Heinisch has been submitted. And he's more a decision guy, 14-3, 7 decision wins, 31 from Colorado. He's like another one of these guys where they think they're actually the prospect, but they're the same age as the old veteran. Gerald Meerschaert has 43 professional fights and is 1 year older than this guy. Gerald Meerschaert is an optimistic submission guy. He might get that submission against Ian Heinisch. I like that. And let's move on to the main event. Amanda, the Lioness, Nunes. This fucking girl. How many times do I need to fade her? How many times do I need to fade Amanda Nunes? Versus Felicia. Okay, bye Felicia Spencer from Canada. No female should be minus 650. Okay? I'm sorry. I'm fucking sorry. How many times do I need to fade Amanda Nunes before we get a job done? 10 wins in a row. The GOAT champion, double champ. Probably going to get it done. But Felicia Spencer, the up-and-coming female, 29 years old. She's sexy. She just took Chris Cyborg 5 hard rounds and survived. And actually had Cyborg huffing and puffing. That's the game plan here. Okay. If Nunes can blow her low trying to finish Felicia in the first 2 rounds, starts gassing out, Spencer can take over. We might be able to cash a plus 425. Oh, MG, how crazy would that be if we could cash a fucking plus 400 on a female underdog fight? There's been 5 quarantine events so far, okay? Charles R. Oliveira, underdog, main event, cash. Justin Gaethje, underdog, main event, cash. Alistair Glover Teixeira, underdog, cash. Last week, Alistair Overeem, Walt Harris, underdog, cashed. Number 5, Gilbert Burns, Tyrone Woodley, Gilbert Burns, underdog, cash. That's 5 underdogs in the quarantine, 5-0 on the main event. There's something about these dogs hitting. No fans, they're taking advantage, smaller cage. Felicia Spencer might shock the world here. Plus 425. Sprinkle, sprinkle, sprinkle. Be careful putting minus 650s in all your parlays. I know Mackenzie Dern got a job last week. I know she did. I know the minus 500 got a job with a first round submission. I know if you just look at the results, it said submission first round. You're like, wow, that really was a minus 500. Put on the tape, guys. Watch that fight. Mackenzie Dern was getting her fucking ass beat against the cage. She was getting punched up. And I was like, holy shit, we got this fade on the minus 500. Holy shit, Hannah Cypher's going to get it done. Stupidly fell into a leg lock. And, of course, the black belt jiu-jitsu is going to fucking submit her. That was dicey, man. Do not put Amanda Nunes minus 650 in all your parlays. Please do not do that, guys. Sprinkle the ML on Felicia Spencer, and if you're gonna bet Amanda Nunes, bet her inside the distance. Why not? Bet her that she's gonna knock this girl out. She's gonna KO her. She might submit her. Do not lay minus 650, especially on a main event in a fight, a championship fight. If Felicia Spencer shocks the world, man. Oh shit! How crazy would that be, right? I want you to sprinkle the ML on her. Sprinkle the ML on... You could sprinkle it on GM3, Maki Pitololo, and off Anthony Rocco Martin. Put the Rocco Martin and the Pitololo together. Sauce play. Chase Hooper, Corey Sandhagen together. Herbert Burns, Cody Stamann together. Cody Garbrandt, Alex Perez, put them together. And the lock of the week, Sean O'Malley, Alonzo Metafield, put them together. So you got 8 favorites, 4 dogs. I think we have a nice ladder. This is a chance to go 12 for 12, guys. This is a chance to hit the 8 and then hit these 4 dogs. The UFC 250 GOAT picks, we're giving out fire, man. We're coming. The heat is starting to roll. We go in waves. We hit that little drastic spell, and we come back hard. And this is where we're at right now. On this little, those curves, those little cryptocurrency curves. That's where we're at. I appreciate all y'all listening. This is GOAT Picks. V Carbone, DFS on Twitter. Picks GOAT website. Go check it out. You guys will like it, I promise. I put my hard work into this during this quarantine season. All my guys who tail this week, we were getting it done. Okay? Sign up for that free membership. If you do not profit this weekend, I don't know what to tell you. Because we are. Go Picks. Episode 44. YouTube number 2. I appreciate you guys. We out.